Come in.
Morning, Keith.
Good morning, Team 32. That's me done. This is Rufus, the department photographer.
Hi, Team 32.
Rufus.
Hi, Rufus.
Rufus?
We're having our quadrennial security upgrade, and you all need new passes.
I will not have my photo taken.
Incorrect, Victor. Oscar, you first.
Smile. Giacometti. Lovely.
So, to business. The department committee wants a researched brainstorm on sorting out British health. Here's your brief. It's pretty bog standard. Increase people being well, decrease people being ill. And I'll be taking its pulse on my desk by 6.
Who's next?
Laszlo. Try not to smile.
Come on then, Leibovitz. Paper over these cracks.
And a fun one. Victor, your turn.
No way.
Yes way, stand there. Victor, turn round, take your hands away from your face, stand up, face the camera, and we'll try that again.
Hang on. Rufus, is that a 1909 Ransford VS?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, right. Can I have a little look at it?
Yeah, all right, if you're careful.
Yeah, sure.
No! Ransford!
Victor, I will have your photo, or I will have your job revoked.
Here, Keith, have some nuts.
Ah! Oh my God, no! No! Nuts!
Look at him.
Come on, we better leave.
No! Briefing meeting terminated. Ah! Get these nuts off me!
The department. Far from the gaze of an unsuspecting public and untouched by the tentacles of Westminster, the department has been secretly running the country since you don't want to know, it'll only upset you. Deep within its labyrinthine headquarters works a dedicated three-man think tank. Oscar Proud, historian, pontificator and toe-punter. Victor Gooch, a one-man medley of law and loneliness. And Laszlo Wolf, theory conspiracist and season ticket holder at the Stadium of Science. Each week, they're required to investigate possible solutions to one of the nation's major problems. Each week, your future is in their hands.
Let's get a coffee.
I know that Keith had a nut allergy.
He doesn't, Oscar. He's just got a bit of previous with him.
Oh, yeah, it all goes back to the time that Laszlo and I took him to that Jewish nightclub for Kate Stag Do. What was it called again?
Mordecai's Bar and Grill.
That's the one. Anyway, we spiked his drinks, stripped him naked and chained him to a big pile of nuts.
Ever since then, he's been intimidated by them. He can't look a nut in the face.
All employees file into line!
Oh, what's happening now?
Looks like they've set a roadblock up in front of the coffee machine.
Canny positioning.
Prepare to be frisked.
Oh, I'm prepared.
So, what's in the brief, Oscar?
The health service has been used as a political toy, albeit a fragile antique toy which has been pulled back and forth by generations of bickering politicians until one of its arms has come off. Well, congratulations. Now no one can have it.
You're clear. Next.
Frisk away, lady. The only problem with our healthcare system is the public's level of expectation. If you went to hospital 300 years ago, you could confidently cancel all your future engagements and look forward to spending a lot more of your time decomposing.
You're clear. Next.
No way. My body space is my kingdom.
Look, you're getting searched. It's either me or the mechanical frisker.
I'll take the robot.
Your call.
Well, one coffee each, an hour in the research libraries, and then back to the office to swab the pustulant sores of this ailing nation.
You're tense, but clear.
Attention department employees. Would any employee who knows whether it's better to cut the red wire or the blue wire please report immediately to the bomb disposal marquee? As you were.
Victor, what is your problem with having your photo taken?
I don't want to talk about it.
I do. When Victor was 3, he was airbrushed out of his nursery school photo.
Why?
He had some dangerous ideas about how the sandpit should be governed.
And I vowed that from that day, the lens would never hurt me again.
That's a shame. Now, the brief. The first hurdle we're going to have to duck under is staffing. NHS staff are overworked, underpaid and over-demoralised.
Oh, they don't know how good they've got it. Try being a doctor on day 1 of the SOM. Did you have a nice day today, dear? Not really, honey bunch. I lost 20,000 patients. I'm starting to look like a bad doctor.
They should thank their lucky stars for the 3 hours sleep they're fantasising about.
And health professionals don't feel appreciated anymore. Doctors used to be revered members of society, but unfortunately that public standing has slipped following just one too many killing sprees.
Well, we need to start rebuilding that trust. We should give doctors a more visible presence on the street.
Yeah, I want to see them out and about in the community, actually preventing illness.
So let's reassure Victor and the public by putting doctors on the beat.
That guy looks a bit peaky. Pull over, nurse.
Oh, he's a repeat patient. He's been in and out of hospital for the past 10 years.
Stop walking. Pull over to the side of the pavement.
Oh, what's wrong with me now?
What are you doing out and about in this weather, sunshine?
Oh, no, my rights. You got nothing on me, Doc. I'm just gonna buy some fruit.
Yeah, likely story. Cough into this bag, sir.
Ashes.
Oh dear. Looks like you're gonna have to come with us.
I'm alright. It's just a 24-hour thing, Doc. I'll sleep it off.
Get in the back of the car. Head down. Mind your head.
I want a proper diagnosis. I demand to see my GP. Fascist.
Well, that is long overdue. I, for one, have had quite enough of groups of youths hanging round town centres contracting petty illnesses.
Well, we need to rekindle the smouldering embers of the doctor-patient relationship, and that won't happen as long as the medical profession has to operate under the enormous shadow cast by the three-headed village-eating dragon of litigation.
Hey, I will not hear a bad word said against Big Sue.
Well, it has got ridiculous, Victor. Hospitals are now terrified of taking on any patient who might at some point die.
Yeah, well, one pregnant woman recently sued a surgeon for GBH after a vicious, premeditated knife attack left her with a serious stomach wound and a baby. He's doing 10 at the scrubs. Monster.
This cobra is easily defused. Before embarking on any medical procedure, doctors should cover their backs by reading all patients their rights.
We're losing him, Doctor. Stand back. Clear.
Hold on. Right, Mr. Headley, you have the right to remain silent. This procedure may result in your death or serious damage to your person.
Quickly, Doctor, we've only got seconds.
We reserve the right to attempt any operation or operations which we deem necessary for the purpose of maintaining your life. Any death incurred by you is not the liability of this hospital or its employees, okay?
I'm not signing that.
Please yourself. Time of death, 9:06.
Right, moving on. The brief is concerned about recruitment. Britain is already shipping in doctors and nurses from all over the third world.
Well, that's because our accountants have cottoned on that it's far more expensive to put a British student through medical school than it is to buy a one-way plane ticket and a phone card for Dr. Wazir Ali.
And developing nations, to put it mildly, do not have a doctor surplus.
So it's time we started growing enough of our own doctors instead of scrumping them from other countries. And to do this, we need to find ways to lure potential medics into the escapable web of the NHS.
Well, we could pay them more.
Swing and a miss. Laszlo?
Well, if we can't pay them more, we can at least spice up their contracts with a few nice perks.
The one perk doctors really hanker after is the wide-eyed adoration from their patients that their leech-wielding ancestors used to demand as standard. Yeah, some doctors are considered arrogant.
They can cure the sick.
So they claim.
And turn water into wine.
So they claim. And if we want them to have job satisfaction, we should pander to this messianic self-image and encourage them literally to play God.
Mrs. Douglas?
Yes?
Dr. Hawkey will see you now. Room 3 on the left.
Thank you.
Come in, Mrs. Douglas. Do take a seat.
Thank you, Doctor.
Call me, oh great healer.
Okay.
Okay, who?
Okay, oh great healer.
Now, how is your little Ben? Did I destroy his sniffle?
Yes, oh great one.
Yeah. So why do you return, oh mortal patient?
Well, I've had a tickly cough for a couple of weeks and now I've got a really sore throat.
Have you tried gargling with soluble aspirin, oh Jill?
Yeah, it hasn't really helped.
Very well. Open wide. Say ah.
Ah.
It looks like you have a slight throat infection. I will carve you a prescription. Take 3 of these 4 times daily.
Thank you, oh great healer. Well, the nurse said to leave you a sacrifice, so I made some banana muffins for you.
Yay! I am pleased. Now you must leave! Come back in a week if you are still feeling poorly.
Thanks be to you.
Hold on, I'll buzz you out. Pam, send in Mr. Braund, and can you dig out his files for me?
I think you've already got them, Neil.
Do not defy me, Pam! Yeah.
Who's going to pay for the smoke machines? GPs can barely afford stethoscopes nowadays.
8 out of 10 doctors have to use shower attachments instead and then just wing it from there.
It's amazing what you can pull off with a decent desk.
They're trying to get that down to 7 out of 10 within 5 years.
That's just one of the many targets that NHS managers have to set every year to meet their targets for number of targets set every year, which they've met. Year on year.
There's nothing wrong with a target, Laszlo. It gives you something to say you were shooting at when you hit something else.
Hospitals are currently under orders to get 98% of patients out of A&E within 4 hours, which is most efficiently achieved by moseying over to the fire alarm and giving it a cheeky elbow. Target met.
Laszlo, can we please find a way of meeting targets without our patients bleeding to death all over the car park?
You're moving the goalposts.
I'm doing more than that. I'm knifing your football.
Oh.
We should be attacking this candle from the other end. The main thing clogging up our health system is patience.
Then let's encourage them to jump on a plane and go and clog up someone else's health system.
Now, I've been onto this for a while now. It's all about the marketing. People don't like going to hospital, but they do like going on holiday. So, if you make them realise that they can do both simultaneously, then you've just blasted a whole bush full of birds into oblivion with one hand. Watch this. I sent Craig Doyle to Mauritius General to test it out.
With a fully equipped operating theatre and no more than 10 beds per ward, this really is a luxurious way of treating yourself to some vital surgery. I've been lucky enough to be here for a fortnight having a lung transplant, and I must say, although I'm not quite up and about just yet, the staff have been very, very friendly, and the painkillers are first class. So, what does it cost? Well, a hernia operation can set you back as little as £2,000. That's based on 2 people sharing, half board, and with airport tax included. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna lie back and enjoy the rest of my recovery. Nurse! Nurse, quickly, please!
It looks idyllic.
Victor, how did you get Craig Doyle to have an unnecessary lung transplant?
I know things about him that he does not want in the public domain.
Like what?
He killed Mrs. Thatcher in 1981. He was worried she was going soft. Doyle's freedom is rented. I am his landlord.
And we're still going to have to listen to patients who've been sent for an emergency tracheotomy in Dawlish wheezing on about how healthcare has become a postcode lottery.
Which, like the real lottery, is largely played and lost by the working class. There has to be a more equitable way of deciding who gets first dibs on healthcare.
Well, that should be the atheists.
What?
Well, they have no afterlife to look forward to. In fact, anyone who believes in any branch of the God franchise should be denied treatment, as their Lord has clearly deliberately smitten them down.
And if you're worried about the divine blowback from that little scheme, then we could instead prioritise treatment based on how much a patient has to live for. It's a straightforward choice. Book some night classes or get to the back of the queue.
Well, there's only one thing that bungs up the NHS more than patients, and that's patients with nothing wrong with them. If patients waste their doctor's time, then doctors should be entitled to retaliate by wasting their patients' time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to tonight's solo recital here at the King Edward II Concert Hall. Please welcome the lead cellist from the Gillingham Symphony Orchestra, playing Shevchenko's Cello Sonata, Mr. Herbert Camel.
Give me my bow back!
There is nothing wrong with your wrist, you knobhead!
I genuinely thought I sprained it! Give it back! Excellent. I enjoy revenge as much as the next man.
I am the next man, and no you don't.
Not even close. I'm not saying you don't enjoy it, Oscar. You're just unlucky in terms of who the next man was.
You're not in the same league.
He's a class act.
No, fair point. All right, lunch is upon us.
Great. They're airdropping lunch in the worst-case scenario hangar today. Let's go.
Yeah, Laszlo, can you just pop your head out the door first and just check that Keith hasn't sent his cameraman down to try and snap me?
Keith hasn't sent his cameraman, Victor. He sent what appears to be a battalion of Department paparazzi.
Well, looks like I'm having lunch with a bag on my head. Let's go.
Attention department employees. The Public Misconception Division wish to clarify that the term finders keepers is not in fact legally binding, and that if you find something in someone else's house whilst wearing a balaclava and whispering sit, sit, nice doggy, it is not yours and you are not its keeper. However, losers will retain their status as weepers.
Are we going to chase after any of these food parcels?
Bide your time, Laszlo. If I may quote Sudanese Phil's first rule of the airdrop, sit and wait, don't run and scramble.
Are the photographers still there?
Oh, place is crawling with them. One guy's even brought his own tree to hide up.
Hello, Team 32. Any joy with the airdrop yet?
No, Keith.
Incoming!
Well, lunch is served.
Second rule of the airdrop, Victor. Don't wear a bag on your head.
Good one. Sudanese Phil, eh?
Wow, it's an 8-course hamper. Razor clams, ostrich steaks, lemon trevis.
Is this what we're dropping on war-torn regions, Keith?
We're trialling it. It might help lighten the mood a bit.
Can someone tell me what I'm about to eat, please?
You can't wear a bag on your head for the rest of your life, Victor. I will have my photo. These paps are under instructions to bring me the head of Victor Gooch on a photograph. Good day.
He is right, Victor. This can't go on.
It won't. I've got a plan. I'm going to fake my own death, tinker with the workforce database, and reinvent myself as Team 32's brand new employee, Vikram Gooch.
And how are you planning to stage this fraudulent martyrdom?
It's easy. I'll pin the tragic news up on the What's On board and then set up a quick funeral down at the department furnace.
Are you not worried about suffering somewhere in the region of 100% burns?
No, I know a guy who works down there. He's going to set it to low toast and fish me out after 20 minutes.
Would it not be easier if you just had your photo taken?
Yep. Right, pack the hamper. I have a funeral to arrange.
Well, we may as well pop into the department research infirmary on the way back. I've had the metalheads down there construct the ultimate cutting-edge hospital with techniques perfected by heavy industry. Follow me.
Keep talking, I'll follow your voice.
Attention department employees. The Biodiversification Centre are delighted to announce the successful creation of their new horse-whale crossbreed. They also regret to announce that the horse whale is on the endangered list. I have some terrible news. Moby Rum is extinct.
Smocks on! Now, this health factory operates on a fully mechanised conveyor belt system. We can complete 200 operations per hour in here. Now, the surgeries come down this chute into admissions and exit over there minutes later straight onto the taxi rank.
What operations can it do?
At the moment, anything, as long as it's a heart bypass. I'll walk you through it. This is Mickey. He's working the anaesthetiser.
Good day there, Laszlo. They're going out like lights today.
Keep it up, big horse. Then they snake around up there through the swabber, the slicer and the arterial router before heading into that, the Stitchmaster X4. There are 50 Indonesian kids sewing them back up in there. Keep stum.
Is that a loop-de-loop?
Sure is. That was my idea. Looked fantastic in the brochure. And they end up here for the pièce de résistance, the stiff upper lip applicator. Makes them wake up much more resilient.
Does it work?
Sure does. Have a look. How are you feeling, Mrs. Shrewsbury?
Oh, I'm absolutely fine. I don't want to be any bother. It takes more than this to stop me from getting about.
Well, this could obliterate waiting lists and be the get-out-of-jail-free card that British industry so desperately needs. Well done, Laszlo.
I know.
Let's get back to the office. I need to sort out some reefs.
Transfuser's empty.
My funeral is going to be amazing.
Hello there, Victor.
Welcome back.
People are going to be dropping to their knees as they are overcome by their own personal devastation, and Keith is going to be clawing at my coffin, begging for forgiveness.
Will there be time in the service for me to read a poem I've written? It's just, I'm really going to miss you, Victor. You do realise...
Now, in the brief next we've got Making Britain Healthier. Britain's unhealthy lifestyle costs the economy billions of pounds a year in lost productivity. Billions which could be more usefully lost through mismanagement, genuine skiving and subsidising ballet.
Well, to be fair, we balance that out by spending the lowest percentage of GDP on health of any Western European nation.
Why so little?
We hate ourselves. That is absolutely the only explanation.
Look, underinvesting in healthcare is an act of visionary kindness. A properly funded health service is a safety net that gives people carte blanche to live an enjoyably unhealthy life.
In the European Ill Health League, Britain is reigning champion in many of the major disciplines. Have a look in the trophy cabinet. Stand back.
So much for Britain being a nation of losers.
I like this one. It's got wings.
Well, that's the Isaac Newton trophy for most heart attacks in Western Europe. If we win it once more, they have to let us keep it.
Thank you, Scotland.
Oh, this shiny little platter is the Alcopop Shield for coming runner-up in teenage pregnancies.
Oh, nice try, Scotland.
Yeah, we were pipped at the careless post by America.
Well, surely the USA-Britain 1-2 proves once and for all that there is a direct correlation between a nation's teenage pregnancy levels and its commitment to the war on terror.
Yes, which shows, 1, that fighting terror really turns our teenagers on, and 2, that if we can spread our cavalier attitude towards birth control throughout the Middle East, the world would be a much safer place for all the unwanted children to grow up in.
Statistics, Laszlo, are like a ventriloquist's dummy. Stick your hand far enough up them and you can make them say whatever you want, but only children will take any notice.
How dare you?
Yeah, and well, kids are exactly the people we need to be talking to. For too long we've tried to make our school children healthier by selling their playing fields and force-feeding them coronary time bombs for lunch. But we must now put our hands up and admit, yes, it was cheap, but no, for some reason, it hasn't worked.
Schools are the key. We need to educate our youngsters about how an unhealthy lifestyle is like a homing pigeon. Yes, it's fun at the time, but one day it will track you down and kill you.
Right, I'm going to need 2 volunteers for a couple of role plays on the health consequences of our lifestyle choices today. So, Natasha, why don't you come up, and Mark, it's you as well. Great. So, this is scenario 1. Mark, you're in a disco, and I want you to go over and talk to Natasha about your hopes and ambitions for the future. And go.
Hello, Natasha.
Hello, Mark.
Do you want to go back to my place?
Yeah, all right.
And stop. And Natasha, now, why did you say yes?
I'm hammered.
Well, you can't be that hammered.
No, I definitely am.
Yeah, I'm on drugs, sir.
Are you?
In the role play, I am.
OK, so, well done, both of you. Very good. Round of applause, everyone. Now, let's move on to scenario 2 now. It's 20 years in the future, and you bump into each other in Clackett Lane services on the M25. Eastbound. And go.
Oh, hello, Natasha. I ain't seen you for years. You look really fat and unhealthy.
Yeah, I know you haven't seen me for years, you bastard. You left me to bring up 7 children on my own. And you're very pale with sunken eyes.
The thing is, I'm a drug addict. And I'm also HIV positive for a number of reasons. I've really made a mess of my life, Natasha. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Well, I'm an alcoholic, Mark. And have sporadically turned to crime and prostitution following my spate of teenage pregnancies. Anyway, it was great seeing you. I'll tell whichever of my children is yours that their dad is an utter disgrace.
Yeah, bye.
And stop. Good, so what have we learnt?
Something like don't live a
hedonistic life.
Good,
hedonistic life.
Yes.
Without any thought.
Yeah.
For the stuff like
consequences.
Like stuff like consequences without thought for that.
Another round of applause, everyone.
Whatever.
Victor, a nation that relies on the role play for its survival is a nation that deserves everything it's got coming to it. If we seriously want to make the country healthier, we will have to swim against the cholesterol tide of centuries of British dietary tradition.
Healthy food is widely considered to be, shall we say, a bit European, and therefore disgusting.
Quite so, which is why we prefer heavily processed food, entertainingly marketed and packed with flamboyant additives.
We do like our food to have an exciting backstory. Gives it character, Oscar. Character.
So, if we want Britain to eat more healthily, we need our top TV chefs to stage a military coup.
Silence! Silence! Citizens! The government has been overthrown! The Queen is in a van somewhere being driven around. For too long, your children, your fat children, have had mechanically recovered meats forced upon them. Well, no more. I now hand you over to the new Minister for Information, Comrade Warrell Thompson.
Hello, citizens. People of Britain, go back to your kitchens and prepare to steam your vegetables, to throw away your ready meals, and to mix your salads. We're not commanding you to eat completely healthily. We will like a treat now and again. I like cream buns, comrades. Justified! But try to think about what you're eating. And as always, buy the best quality ingredients you can afford.
Oh, Comrade Warrell Thompson! How can I stop my ex-disbanding?
Dickson. Simply place the uncracked egg in a mug of boiling water for 1 minute before breaking it into the pan.
The age of the balanced diet is upon us! Nutrition is king! Long live the king!
Buy local produce! Buy local produce! Let's go eat a burger! The only way, fundamentally, to change national behaviour is through the strategic application of publicly recognisable figures.
Oh, man.
It's Florence Nightingale's dream come true. Disc up the chute, Laszlo.
Right you are, boss.
So, what's it to be, Victor? Simple service of remembrance or lavish celebration of a life cut tragically short by cameraphobia?
Just in time.
Coffin for Victor Gooch.
That's me.
Staying here.
Lovely. Well, goodbyes are always difficult, so I'll simply say, see you tomorrow morning. And don't forget to call me Vikram.
Attention department employees. You are all invited to attend the funeral of your department colleague Victor Gooch, who died today, heroically rescuing a dolphin from in front of a combine harvester.
I love my marine life. Now, shut me in and pull bear me down to the sobbing congregation.
Victor, we'll just pop you down in front of the curtains.
Laszlo, is Keith here?
Yeah, Keith's here. He's just reading over his speech.
Brilliant. This is going to be fantastic.
My name is Keith Belk, Under Secretary to the Department Committee, and I have a few words to say on this sad, sad occasion. I will not miss Victor Gooch, either as a man or as an employee, but especially not as a man.
You can't say that.
Some might say it was hard to reach the real Victor, and I would rejoinder, don't bother. What's the point? He brings nothing to the table of humanity.
Right, that's it. I'm coming out.
And I'm sure I speak for all of us gathered here today when I say the department is a far richer place for his passing. No! Got him! Hello, Victor. You look well.
Keith, that was not a eulogy. That was a character assassination.
Victor, this is the third time you've tried to pull this stunt in the past 18 months.
Hold on, where is everyone?
Oh, not much of a fan club, Victor.
It's like it's just me, Keith, Oscar and Tony.
Tony, what are you doing here?
I just wanted to make sure you were dead.
The Department was written and performed by Chris Addison, John Oliver and Andy Zaltzman, with Peter Dickson, Matthew Holness and Lucy Montgomery. Craig Doyle is expected to make a full recovery. Anthony Worrell Thompson is now armed to the teeth and held up inside one of the lions in Trafalgar Square. Produced by Richard Grocock and John Naismith, The Department is an Avalon production for BBC Radio 4. Were you actually listening to any of that?